Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine and I'm a creative. And if you haven't been here before, welcome, hi. I am doing Thriftmas videos this December. I'm hoping to do more videos in 1 month than I've ever done before to kind of give me a ramp going into 2021. I'm gonna try to do more videos than I ever have before in 2021, and I figure let's get the momentum going. So one of the favorite topics on this channel has been thrifting and vintage. And so today we are going to talk about making those really trendy, really cute vintage assemblages. And what's tricky about these is unless you buy reproduction pieces, you can't really do a tutorial on it because all the pieces you find are all individual. Every single one of these that you do is going to be unique to its own. But we're gonna talk about them, look at them a little bit, kind of see my process, and that'll help you spark some ideas for maybe making your own. So the first thing we're gonna do is let's just look at a vintage assemblage. What is it? What does it look like? This is a vintage assemblage. It's a 3D decoration. It can be made out of almost anything. This one is made out of a jewelry box that's seen better days. It has a 1950s Santa figurine that is losing some paint also. And it's got all kinds of other pieces, right? And so by taking these scratch and dent items and putting them together into one display, I've created something adorable for my home that I'm going to treasure for years to come. Okay? Here, let's show you another example. So here's another example. This one's completely different than the last one. It's in a cute little mid-century planter. Oh, I just love the planter. It's got a sweet little elf and a bunch of little toys and such that he has around him. And it's got a wreath, some great vintage ephemera, an old card. Isn't that great? So it's completely different. It's a completely different scene and a completely different vibe. And let's look at another one. So this is the last assemblage that I have done off camera. How stinking cute is this one? Ugh, I'm living for all the pops of pink and blue. Oof, and look how cute she is. Oh my goodness, so cute. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna show you all the different supplies I had that went into these. After that, we're gonna work on a couple of assemblages together so you can see like kind of what my thought process is behind it, and you can just work with me while I put them together. I did do these before filming because I kind of wanted to get a hang of doing this. I've never done these before, and I don't know about you guys, but I would rather kind of know what I'm doing before I get on film and screw up than, you know, have an absolute disaster happen on film, although that might be funny. So yeah, here, let's take a look at all the supplies I bought to make these. Also, stick around to the end of this video, there's gonna be a giveaway. So I'm just gonna show you a little bit of an overview of some stuff I bought to make these little holiday assemblages. So I really did try to focus on doing it secondhand, but we'll talk about some of the things that I ended up buying at like Target and Walmart and Dollar Tree and such. So the first one, when I just decided, you know what, I am gonna do this, is when I saw this little elf at a local antique pop-up. He was so cute and he was priced so cheap, and look, he has a little clip in the back. And I was like, oh, this is wonderful. And so I was thinking, I bought this vintage little wreath card. I was like, I could clip that to the back of him. They also had these cool little vintage little packs of things for crafters. You know, little toy pieces I found at thrift stores. And then I found this amazing planter for only $2.49. And look how beautiful that is. That is mid-century grooviness. God, I love that. And so I was like, okay, like all of this in the cute little planter, like I'm thinking, yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be a cute one. So that's the first one. And then the next one actually started with this beautiful cup. I'd found it in an estate sale for really cheap. And then I also found this plate that I thought was going to match a cup I had, but it didn't match a teacup I own. And I was like, oh, let's do this as an assemblage. This is great. And then I found this sweet little girl, and she's got a lot of damage, bows broken, all kinds of stuff. So she's seen better days. I found her at a thrift store. But how cute is she? Look. She's got like her bloomers. You can see her little bloomers. How cute is that? Oh, goodness. So I was like, oh, this will be so great. I think this will make a great assemblage. And then at that vintage antique pop-up, they had this vintage corsage. I was like, oh my goodness, that is going to match so well. And then they had these deer. And although these are modern, I still found them at the thrift store. And I was like, oh, this will work perfectly with this too. So you know, there are modern decorations at the thrift store too. Yeah, I think that is just going to be the cutest little pink themed holiday assemblage right there. And then this is the one I'm most excited about. So I saw this Santa. He was priced really reasonably, and I still passed him up. I was like, oh, I don't need him. And then I had absolute thrifter's remorse, and I went back the next morning and picked him up, and thank goodness he was still there. Oh, so cute. And I actually super duper love that like some of his paint is coming off and such. I am very much a scratch and dent collector, so that is super cool for me. And then you might remember this little box back here I got in an estate sale, and I was thinking, how great is that gonna be with that beautiful bright red and with Santa? Oh yeah. And then this little guy I got at a thrift store. And then I have this old book too that I've been meaning to find something for. It's an old address book. I ended up buying this tree at Target, so this is new. But I think this one's gonna be great. I think this one's gonna be super neat. So I'm really excited about that one. I think that's gonna be my favorite one. So I just think that one's going to come together really neat. And then I found this little candle dude. I just thought he was so darn fun. Like, oh my gosh, how stinking cute. And I found this Tom and Jerry cup. And I thought that was so cute. And then I added like these unmatching plates underneath. And I think this one is going to be really adorable. So in my house, we drink Tom and Jerry's for the holidays, but I guess that's not super common. I guess a lot of people don't even know what that is. So let me know if you know what that is, because Tom and Jerry's is way better than eggnog. So I want you all to try it. If you haven't tried it before, you should try it this year. And then this one was kind of like, oh, do I do another Santa? But I had found this gorgeous 50s purse from a woman on Craigslist. She sold it for free. It's seen better days, as you can tell. But it was so cute, and it even has like the little billfold in it still and stuff. And it was just, I just loved getting it from the original owner. It was hers when she was younger. And I was like, gosh, I want to do an assemblage with this. And I had originally thought of that first Santa I had found, but I really liked him with the shiny gold. And then I found this little guy at a thrift store. How great is he? I think he's late 70s, early 80s. He's a little Homeco figurine. And like his gold is not as shiny and kind of matches more with that, where like the other Santa His gold is super shiny and really goes with that. So I really think this is going to work out great. So I'm really excited about that. And then the last one is just a funny little, you find it, so you find it kind of thing. This is a toy from the 1950s. It's a little bird, and it actually still works. So I think I'm gonna, jazz that up for an assemblage. And, I found that other little teeny bird there, and I was like, oh, that's cute. I think I'll put them together and do something. So that one's just a little extra bonus one that I hadn't planned. And then also, I found tons of vintage and just secondhand stuff to craft with. A bag of jewelry from an estate sale, pieces of holiday stuff, just all kinds of stuff at the thrift store to craft with. But, there were some things that were harder to find, like bottle brush trees. I ended up having to buy a bunch of those at Target, Walmart. They just weren't as easy to find. And there weren't as many of like these little garland packs as I would have liked. So I did pick up a bunch of things at Target, Walmart, and the Dollar Tree. So these items are new. I really wish I didn't have to buy these items new. But as you can see, like this was only $2. And, it wasn't super pricey buying these items new. But honestly, this whole project, like any other DIY project, is expensive. Buying all these pieces is expensive. And I even have more stuff over there just kind of waiting in the wings. But, I really felt like I needed extra filler so that these look nice and plump and joyous. So I did have to buy some things that weren't secondhand. But all in all, a lot of this is secondhand, and I'm really excited to build these out. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't wait. Let's get into it. So the first one that we're going to do together is the one that featured that cute little candle. So I have this cute little candle. I have a Tom and Jerry cup, and I have these two little mismatched plates. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these plates together. And I'm also going to glue this cup on the plate as well. I'm kind of debating. I'm kind of debating whether I should push them back a little bit. Instead of having them just straight forward, maybe push them back a little bit to kind of give it more of a presence up front. But I'm not sure yet. Also, I'm going to use super glue and hot glue for this base because I feel like this base really needs to stick because it is breakable pieces and you don't want them to fall apart when somebody is moving them around. So I think I decided on this layout. I'm going to have the dishes basically centered, but I'm going to push that Tom and Jerry cup back a little bit. And so I might need to put a little bit of cardboard under there so that it lays nice and flat. But I think that's going to work best for this project. One thing I am not using in this project is like the floral foam. Not everything that I picked up for this is secondhand, so not everything is, environmentally friendly. But I really didn't want to use that floral foam. Like, I know it's not super great for the environment. And I also figured I can build a base out of cardboard. So that's what I'm planning on doing for this project. The first piece of cardboard I need is to make sure that with the cup set back a little bit, it still has some very, very flat surface to sit on. And so I'm just taking an old box and using it for this project. Nothing fancy here. So I've cut out just a tiny little chunk of cardboard and I'm gonna glue that on the front of the cup. I'll be sure to cover it up later, but this little chunk of cardboard is gonna make sure that the cup stays straight up even with that little divot in the saucer below it. So here's what I'm looking at. Here is the cup with the little piece of cardboard there, and then there's the divot in the saucer. So what I really want to do is I'm putting the cup kind of further back. You see how it goes into that divot, and I just want to straighten it out just a little. So it's not a big deal. I'm being a little persnickety and perfectionist, but I think it's going to really pay off. So I have the little piece of cardboard hot glued on the front of my cup. It's not actually super straight. I didn't do the greatest job, but that's okay. And now I'm gonna just hot glue the rest of the cup and add it on to my 2 plates that I have here below. One thing I've learned is you never have enough hot glue. You think you have plenty and then you'll run out in seconds. I'm glad that I learned that in my 2 test hot glue projects, because man, I never would have guessed how much hot glue you go through. Okay, so here's what I'm looking at now. This is all glued on there, and I think it looks great. I think it looks really great. So there it is, all glued on there. And I think it looks great. I think it looks really great. I think it is ready to go. So now I am going to take this and I'm going to make a place for the little soldier to stand inside. And what I think it really needs is like a little platform for the soldier to stand on, right? So I'm gonna do a little circle platform top, and then I'm gonna build up little kind of braces, kind of like little walls in a house that the platform top can sit on. And I'm gonna use that instead of like the floral foam. One thing I am not using in this project is like the floral foam. Not everything that I picked up for this is secondhand, so not everything is, you know, environmentally friendly. But I really didn't want to use that floral foam. Like, I know it's not super great for the environment, and I also figured I can build a base out of cardboard. So I cut out 2 little pieces that I'm gonna use in the cup to build my stand. Also, another piece of cardboard, and I'm gonna make this the base for which the little guy stands on. Oh, and I used a little bit of velvet from the earlier project, the music box, because I think that'll be a nice base for him to stand on. To make a good kind of solid base out of cardboard is you kind of measure your object. It's not a perfect science. And then you make 2 identical little stands, right? And one of them you cut up like this, and one of them you cut up like this from the other end. So it's kind of like, do you remember paper dolls growing up? They're gonna fit into each other like this. Yes, yes, yes. There we go. And that's how you can do, see a little 3-dimensional stand there that can go inside the cup. Yeah, that's gonna be perfect. Ha ha ha. And you can even reinforce this with a little hot glue on the side. In fact, I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reinforce this a little bit. A little hot glue on the seams so it stays where it is. Groovy. There we go. This looks like a great little stand for our top to be on. And then I'm just gonna cut a circle out of this cylinder. If you're not sure if you're cutting the right size, you can trace the cup onto here. I'm just gonna eyeball it, but I recommend tracing if you're unsure, and then just cutting inside of that circle a little bit, because it's not gonna be as big as the outside of the cup. It's gonna be as big as the inside. Okay, and so what I'm noticing is my little circle I made is much too small, okay? Which is okay, like it doesn't have to be perfect. I can like fill that gap with other things. So I am now going to, ooh, I just burned myself. You know, this project does have hazards. I am going to stick this into the cup, and I'm gonna show you how I'm going to fill the gaps around it. So now I've hot glued that in there. It looks like kind of a mess because it kind of is. And I'm going to take my top and I'm gonna set it right in there. I'm gonna hot glue that in. So now that I have my little base here, I can tell it's got a bit of gap around it. So I'm gonna fill that gap with some fun little extras that I bought for this project. I bought this little piece at Walmart, and I think that that little candy cane swirl part, I think that'll look great around the edge of that. So I am just going to take some wire cutters, and I am going to cut off one of the petals of this project piece. Awesome. There we go. Look how cute. Isn't that a really cool, like, I love that. I think it's really cute. So now I'm gonna put that around the edge of my cup to kind of cover up that gap. And by gluing this in, it's also gonna stabilize it. So there is a gap. I made a gap when I did this. And so it's gonna be not as stable as if there wasn't a gap. And this is gonna stabilize that out for me. So oofda, I have used so much more hot glue on this project than I ever thought I would. But I think that turned out good. So there, it's covering the edges and it's giving it that cute red and white, mimicking the cup. I think that looks really good. Yeah, I'm excited about that. So now that that top is all on there, I'm gonna add my cute little soldier candle. Ooh, I'm excited to put him on there. Ooh. He's so cute. And I'm just gonna use hot glue. It should be fine even though it's a candle. I don't anticipate it being any problems, but it's my first time gluing a candle onto a cup, so who knows? Oh my goodness, this is so much cuter than I thought. With the trim, you actually ended up not seeing the velvet top I made, but that's okay. I think this is super cute. Look at that. Oh, so cute. So now is the fun part. Now is where we add all the extra little things. So we can hide the little seams where our hot glue is showing, or the little seam down here where the cup is connected to the saucer. This is the fun part now. Now this is where we add the little extras. So I thought I knew exactly how this was gonna lay out, but I don't think I do. I'm looking at all my supplies and I'm kind of a little up in the air about which pieces to use. I really thought I was going to use this ribbon, but now I'm looking at this one and I think this one might be better. And it might have that pop of blue that kind of ties in with his blue little eyes and the blue flowers. So yeah, I guess I'm using this one and not the one I originally thought I was using. Oof, goodness. So the nice thing about this cup is it has a lip on the bottom. So that's that's really gonna help me when I tie my ribbon around the bottom. That lip's gonna hold it right down there at the base. So that's great. Okay, so I just tied my bow with the ribbon and now I'm gonna trim the tails. And I also think that that ribbon needs something right in the middle of it. So I have some fun little bits and bobs here. Maybe an ornament. This ornament's too big. Maybe a little bell. Oh, I kind of like the bell. Let's see what else I got in here. Ooh, I have some pretty sparkly jewelry little bits. I think I can make this work. So here I put that little jewelry piece under there. I don't know if you can see it. And now I'm gonna add the bell. The bell actually had a little hot glue gun bow on it, so I pulled the bow off and I'm using a little piece of ribbon to disguise the top of the bell. Oh yeah, I super like the way this worked. So I used a little piece of fabric to disguise the top of the bell, and now I think it's gonna blend in with the bow so much better. Oh yeah, I think that looks so cute. Oh my goodness, I love the way that looks. So I think I've decided how I want to arrange my other bits and bobs on this. So here is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking little trees on this side, and then some balls and trees on this side. I'm not 100% sure of what I'm doing in the back yet, but I think I'm pretty solid with these. These were just little ornaments that I got at Walmart, but they're perfect for this project. I'm using a wire cutter to cut that little top loop that makes them an ornament off. Perfect. And oh my gosh, it is finished. Oh, it looks so good, you guys. Oh, I'm so excited. So what do you think? It's all done. A cute little assemblage. Oh, I just love it. I think it turned out so good. Oh, this is so adorable. Oh my goodness. And do you want to do another one? Let's do another one. So I decided not to make an assemblage out of this just because it's such a cool toy and I didn't want to get any hot glue on it. So the next assemblage is going to be the Santa and the purse. So the next assemblage is going to be this vintage purse and this cute little Santa and a bunch of extras. But because this purse, I don't know, I'm a sucker for vintage purses. I don't want this purse to be permanently made into the assemblage. I mean, it even has its cute little wallets from inside. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna build a cardboard platform that fits really snugly in here. So it's gonna take a lot more measuring than the other one. And it's just gonna sit in here nice and snugly, and it's not gonna be permanently affixed to this purse. And I think that's gonna make my heart happy because maybe somebody wants to use this purse again. And yet again, I am just using cardboard. So I am not using the floral foam. So I am just gonna cut up, this box I have, and I'm gonna make the platform to go inside the purse. So here's my little cardboard base. It took a lot of measuring and a lot of work, so I just kind of didn't put it in the video. You can yell at me if you wish that was in the video. I'm sorry. So I'm just gonna put it in to the purse, right? And there we go, a flat little base, right? But like, I don't wanna see this cardboard. So what I'm thinking is let's cover it with some white sparklies and make it look like snow. So I have some white sparkly garland, and I think that's what I'm gonna cover it with. But I think the first thing I'm gonna do is glue my Santa onto it to make sure I know exactly where he's going. All right, Santa. Perfect. Okay, Santa is going right in front. So, change of plans. I'm deciding exactly where Santa is, and then I'm going to trace him out so I know exactly where he's gonna sit. So I am just going to trace out where Santa is now, and then I'll know exactly where he's gonna sit, and that's gonna help me make sure that I get the garland in all the right spots. I also wanna use a tree with this, so I need to figure out exactly where the tree is gonna go. I think I have to do a little pruning to get it around Santa. So Santa's takes up a lot of space. I'm gonna hot glue the garland on. I'm gonna not do that when it's in the purse because I don't wanna get any hot glue on the purse. Seriously, I've used so much more hot glue than I ever thought I would in this project. So I kind of just took the garland and filled the space that Santa wasn't in. So this is where Santa's gonna go. And now I'm gonna glue Santa into his little spot. Hot glue and figurines, it's kind of easy to pull them off. So just make sure you only glue on the edges of the figurine and it should be able to come right off. I was just covering up his little cork. I realized his little stopper shouldn't probably get hot glue on it, so I'm gonna cover that up. No need to get his stopper all stuck up in there. Because if somebody wants to take him out and use him as a bank again, I want them to be able to do that. So here he is right now. I think that looks really good. Oof, I'm excited to add the tree. Okay, so let's set this in the purse to just look at how it fits. Oh, it fits so good, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, so I know I want a tree in this. I thought it was this one, but now looking at it, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is the best tree for it, but let's just futz with this for a little bit and just see if this tree is gonna work. I also have to figure out something to do with his little, the little lid of the purse too. So I kind of have to futz with that too to see what I can do. So I have decided this is the right tree. I took off the wood stopper and now I have to do some pruning because I want it to sit right next to Santa. And here, let me get you a better shot at this. When I'm trying to get this next to Santa, you can see how it's hitting up on him. I need to prune the tree in that area so it doesn't do that, so it stands straight on its own. Okay, I think that's enough pruning. And now I'm gonna punch some holes in the cardboard so that the tree sticks down into it. An easy way to do this is just to weaken the cardboard. So I'm probably just gonna punch through with something sharp and make a bunch of holes, like a needle or something, and then push the tree through. Now time to put in the tree. I'm putting some hot glue on the bottom of the tree so that it really sticks in the hole I made. There we go. Perfect. Yay. Okay. Okay, I think that looks really good. Let's see what it looks like put in the purse. Oh my goodness, I think this looks adorable. What do you think? Now I just want to add finishing touches. And for me, I really want to figure out what I'm gonna do with this back top of the purse. I also have some cute little accents that I'm gonna add to this. And then I think we're done. Okay, y'all. That is it. I put in some vintage holly, a cute little birdie, a broken piece of jewelry, and I put a little bit of ribbon on this edge so you don't see the cardboard stick up. And then on this back locket piece, I decided a little piece of wire tying it to the tree was just enough. It hides it with the silver of the tree and you don't even see it. But how cute is this, right? Ah, I just love how this one turned out. Okay, giveaway info now. So these two smaller ones are gonna be giveaways. I think I can ship these. I think they can make it without me destroying them. Where the bigger ones, I'm a little more afraid. Yeah, so this one, the pretty pink bedazzled fabulous one, is gonna be #1. And the more traditional, playful, kiddish one is gonna be #2. So beautiful bedazzled #1, cute little soldier #2. All you have to do to enter is go below and type in #1 or #2, or both if you like both, and tell me your favorite holiday tradition or your favorite holiday craft. You have until December 10th, 2020 to enter. I'll pick my favorites and I'll send out these. So I hope you enter. I hope you get either a beautiful bedazzled little baby, or a very strapping little young man in his Tom and Jerry cup. Okay, so that's the info. So remember, #1 or #2, enter which one you want and tell me your favorite holiday tradition or holiday craft. And you have until December 10th. And I'll be sending these little guys out to you. Let's keep it in the United States, you guys, just so that you get it before the holidays. All right, thanks. Okay, that's it, y'all. We did it. We finished. Aren't they adorable? Oh my goodness. I'm so in love with these. I think they turned out so dang good. So I hope this video inspired you, gave you some ideas of how to do your own vintage assemblage. And honestly, I really hope this introduced you to a new craft and the knowledge that you can never have too much hot glue. So I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye. La 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 la. Oh God. So now that ooh, okay. The Santa's bigger than I thought he was. There is gonna be a giggle. Blah, 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 blah. Oh God, did I screw that up? I might have. Anyways, go with my first instructions.